Hello there, in this lesson I'm going to go through how to use what's called the major third in a blues rock context. So I'll go over something very familiar, the good old minor pentatonic scale. And the key we're going to be using here is E. So this is E minor pentatonic. So what we're going to do is change all the minor thirds in that scale to major thirds, and it will give it this more uplifting feel, which gives it that cool AC/DC hard rock sound. Okay, so this will be the pattern if we change all those minor thirds to major thirds. Now use any fingers that work for you. I go first finger pinky, and then you'll see the bits like the minor pentatonic scale. Don't worry about changing them. Now when you get to this bit, 13 and 14 on the G string, I use middle and third finger. Then on the B string I use first and third finger, just to prepare me for this bigger stretch, 12 to 16. And that's going to be the most obvious difference on both of your E strings. You get those big stretches, and that's a major third interval there. As opposed to a minor third. And you can hear straight away there the difference in sound, okay? And we've also added this note here, which is the major third, and that's the other place it appears in our good old minor pentatonic. And all we did was change these G notes to G sharp notes. That G note goes to a G sharp note. So when you hear major chords, the reason that this is an E major as opposed to an E minor is we're including this G sharp in it, the major third, as opposed to an E minor that just has a G natural in it. If that's too much info for now, don't worry about it. Just take this new pattern, and then I promise you it's going to give you lots more ideas for playing in this kind of style. So get that scale down. You can use my E blues rock AC/DC style backing track. Just have it going in the background and go up and down the scale. That's your first task. Then what I'll do is give you a few arpeggio ideas that link into that nicely. So I love this little arpeggio. It lends real nice to the fingers. Now we're on 4th, 3rd and 2nd string here. So we've got this little chord here, which slots nicely into an E major chord. But then we add this note here, which makes it an E7, so it sounds like your good old E7 chords that you'll hear in, blues. So the pattern goes like this. I'll go through it slowly. And this doesn't have to be a sweep picking kind of thing if that's not your bag at all or your style. It doesn't have to be, but it sure sounds cool. And then bending that D up to the E note, it sounds really cool. But just use this as a little arpeggio that you can throw in. So obviously this E7 arpeggio will sound best over an E or an E7 chord, but you can try it over the whole progression that I've made for you here and it still sounds great. You've got to use your ear though with these new sounds and see if you like the sound of it really. So you've got this new scale, then you've got that arpeggio, then I'm going to show you a few more arpeggio ideas now. So the next one goes like this. And you can see I'm just really playing the notes in the scale, but it gives us this cool E7 almost Mixolydian sound. Now if you don't know what the Mixolydian scale is and all that, don't worry about that. It's just a certain sound it's giving you there. Okay? So you can add that arpeggio now. Just add these one by one and try them over the backing track. Now this next one kind of mixes the scale and the last arpeggio idea, so has a really cool sound. Now you can do this any way you want. It doesn't have to be a sweep picking thing. You can do alternate picking there, or just whatever you can manage picking wise. What I think sounds really cool is if you put some legato in that. And you know, it sounds more shreddy, but it's still got this bluesy 7th Mixolydian sound, which is really cool. And it's using this major 3rd interval that really makes the difference in there. And then one more thing you can add is just a regular E arpeggio, and one that's kind of close by I'll show you is this one.